Hello and welcome back to Scale Modelling Cafe, and welcome to another in the series of my favourite kits from the cabinet, which is just over there. The subject of this particular video is an older kit. It is the Italeri Wessex, and here it is. And as you can see, it's not your typical paint finish. And this is another one of my Derelict models, and it is one of my favourites. If I could just hold it up here, give you a bit of a close-up, you can see how minging that is. So what I did for this one is it started off with preparation of the surface detail. The surface detail on the kit is I think a little bit overdone, frankly. The rivets are big divots. Everyone sort of makes fun of the trumpeter Mad Riveter. I guess he did his apprenticeship on this one first because it's pretty extreme. So all those were filled in, and the panel lines were okay, but they were sanded down a little bit as well. And then I did a complete re-rivet job on it, and that improved things no end. The interior, so you can see some interior in there. The interior on this was scratch built. This is what we used to call in the Navy a pinger, which is anti-submarine warfare. And it's got all the kit, excuse me, all the kit inside. But being a derelict aeroplane is a bit of an advantage because you don't have to scratch build everything. You can just do the sort of bigger bits really and just leave some crap lying around, which is exactly what I did. The cockpit interior, you see I've opened one of the doors here. That had the, oh, excuse me. This has got the Edward set for the interior as well. And a lot of the structure on the inside, actually, some of the fuselage structure was photo etch as well. And yeah, it makes a nice job of the interior, that really dressing it up. The instrument panel. Now, I can't exactly remember how I did the instrument panel, so I'm just going to have a look to remind me. Yeah, I thought so. So what I've done on the instrument panel is it's the Edward photo etch. Now, normally it's laminations, minimum of 2. So you get the backing part with the printed instruments, and then you get the top part with the printed kind of instrument panel blah over the top. Sandwich them together, you get a really nice instrument panel. What I did on this one was just do the outer bit. So you've got all the holes for the, as if all the instruments have been taken out. And I did a little bit of scratch building behind there, a few little wires and things. And it's a really good way, quick way of doing a derelict instrument panel. The actual construction was really quite smooth. It goes together nicely. And one part that I really had a bit of an issue with was the fit just here at the front of the windscreen. Didn't really fit at all. That took a lot of filling and sanding, and I even used a thin strip of lead foil to go around there as well to help, and managed in the end to blend it all in. And you can see there that worked fairly well. Other emissions and things to go with the derelict status, you can see there it's got an exhaust missing around the other side. Got to be very careful, there's lots of sticky out bits. And on this side, no exhaust at all, which means you've got to be quite careful that you don't get a big black hole in there. So I added some tubing and things just to get rid of that see-through look. Right, then it was time for the painting, and obviously that's what really stands out on this model is the painting. There are some well-known photographs of this particular airframe that I base all the weathering on. I think it's down at White Waltham, and it's kind of just sat there, left to rot a little bit, which is fantastic for modelers. So using those photographs as a reference, I went in and did the base coat. Now the base coat was obviously it's yellow and blue, mixed up both colours and did quite a bit of fading. The fading doesn't really show up that well on the yellow, but you know, things like around the edges of this sort of cover here, that kind of thing, just to change the hue. And then the blue is where you can really go to town. I mixed up the blues from various paints, I think mainly Tamir, if I'm honest, and it was faded as I went along. And you can do a really good job with that, with using the white to go in and just follow the pattern that I saw in the pictures, because it's not sort of faded all over. Obviously, well, it kind of is, because the blue is lighter than the original paint, but there's sort of various faded areas, and some of the panels get picked out as well. Some things, for example, fading underneath the doors where the rain has come down, and you know that's had a fading effect. The markings were all sprayed on. I think Mal from Miracle Masks did these for me when he was doing those back in the day. And then the gunge and the dirt. So a lot of post shading, a lot of oils, streaking. You can see here where the dirt has accumulated around this panel and it's not over the panel. This is where, when you're going to do something like this, you really need to look at the references and work out how you're going to replicate a particular feature of the weathering on your model. Lots of streaking. Obviously it rains a lot in the UK, and you know, the dirt and grime that's going to accumulate is obviously going to be streaked down. So there's a lot of streaking on this particular model, both with sort of dirt and this sort of fading effect as well. Turn you around, oh, there's the underside. Yes, I have weathered the underside. You can see here, this particular effect here, this kind of white stuff here, not really sure what that is, but I replicated it just by post shading, just by spraying that on there. And yeah, again, paying close attention to the reference photographs is absolutely essential. Right, this particular model, an airframe, is festooned with sticky out bits. Helicopters tend to be festooned with sticky out bits, and a lot of that was the Edward photo etch. So if I just turn it around on this way, so we've got the just above the door here, this is where the winch would have been mounted. That winch mount was scratch built from some brass rod, for example. You can see, I keep turning it around, don't I? That the aerial wires here, now in the real thing, they were all snapped and dangling and everything, which is really cool feature actually. So that was all done with elastic thread. And the wingfold set, which was from Robin at Camet. I can't remember which particular company he was marketing them under, but yeah, they're from Robin at Camet, or well, Camet is his old company. Photo etch and really fiddly, actually, really very fiddly. And then the last thing that was done was to flatten off the wheels, and yeah, I actually sawed through them to get the flat on it. Now, what I should really do is build a diorama base for this, but I really just haven't got around to it. I will do one day, and yeah, it kind of deserves it, doesn't it? When you've got a subject such as this. There we are. So I've kind of run out of things to say on this. Really, I do like a Derelict helicopter. If I look over my cabinet now, I've got this. I've got the hip, the hind, and the hound, the MI4. So I've got the MI4, the MI8, and the MI24. Excuse me. They're all derelict, and I've got this one, which is derelict. Yeah, really good fun, and yeah, I love the weathering, and I love how this one turned out. There we are. So thanks very much for watching that, and yeah, I'm quite enjoying this little series. So I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, bye bye.
You can see the writing on the pavement. Young kids, they're growing up in basements. Online, a whole new generation. I'ma make mine, so you better go take it. Always, they need a new replacement. Decentralized, can't contain it. We're changing lives, yeah, upgrading. Call it suicide of the older generation.
What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah.